You are watching America Trends. I'm Mary Burt-Godwin. And a few weeks ago, we interviewed a childhood friend of mine named Sarah Hernholm, who runs a business called Whatever It Takes. It's a nonprofit. WIT is the acronym, WIT, whatever it takes. It's for teens to help them tap into their inner entrepreneur and mentor them. And it's just an amazing program. And ever since we met Sarah, every week we've been featuring a teen or two that's come through her program. And so this week we're featuring another one. Her name is Charlotte Wasserman, and I'm so excited to introduce you to her and to meet her myself. So Charlotte, welcome to the program.
Hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you again for having me on.
It is my pleasure. I really have found these interviews with teens to be so awesome, and I have two teenage daughters myself. So I really, really love talking to you and finding out about what drives you and to see all your passion and what you're doing with your ideas. So first tell me about, I think your company that you run is called It's a Girl's Life. Is that right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so first of all, I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm Charlotte Wasserman. I am a senior in high school from Cleveland, Ohio.
Is that where you are right now? You're in Cleveland?
I am, as you
Okay.
can tell, in my bedroom, actually. But yeah, so It's a Girl's Life is all about empowering girls to be real, which stands for Resilient, Empowered, Authentic Leaders.
Wow.
It started out as a blog when I was in middle school, and I really just wanted a platform to be able to talk to teens who are facing some of the academic and social challenges that I too was facing, and to connect with them on that platform. And then from there, a few years later, I really got into learning and got interested in learning about grit when I needed it most. I really wanted to learn how to build confidence, how to stop feeling the need to be so perfect all the time, how to find a core group of friends that supported me, and how to bounce back from setbacks. And as a teenager, that felt like a lot to balance. So I really wanted to be able to give teen girls the tools to learn about how to be real, resilient, empowered, authentic leaders.
Yeah, I
And
think that's amazing. There's so many things I wanted to unpack there, but because I believe that it's a little bit challenging. And I mean, I know that all you know is the world of technology, having a phone in your hand. And I'm assuming, did you have Instagram when you were,
yeah,
at a young age? How old were you when you first got Instagram?
I was probably about 9 years old, and quickly I was able to see how challenging it was to live a life where so much of it was impacted by social media, and so much of it that I used to compare my life, my regular life, to someone's like highlight reel experience on social
Right.
media, which can be challenging at sometimes.
Well, right. It's because not only it's the highlight reel, it's also they've got special lighting, they've got someone editing
Mhm.
it, they've got someone usually controlling what they're wearing. I mean, sometimes not. I guess sometimes kids are just holding up a phone and recording, but there's so many layers to that because there's not only the dopamine rush of like getting likes and seeing how many comments you get. LNC was the big thing my kids taught me. Like and comment my posts. They'd say that to their
Yeah.
friends. So you're having that like constant need for that constant accolades, right, coming through. But then
Right.
also, like you said, you're constantly also comparing yourself to other models and other people and what they're putting forward on social media. And that can be a lot. I know people of my generation are saying that's a lot for your generation, but to hear you come at it saying, yeah, it was kind of a lot. And how can you help your peers get past that, right? So what are some of the lessons that you learned? Those 4 things you listed, can you go back and talk me through those things?
Yes. Okay. So all of our basic programming. So actually, what happened is that this year I applied to turn It's a Girl's Life into a 501c nonprofit organization. And just about a month ago, we received that certification, which is super exciting.
Great.
And in the past, we've had 3 events, and we're going to continue to have more events to impact and empower and inspire other teen girls everywhere. So the acronym that we're all about educating girls about is REAL, which stands for Resilient, Empowered, Authentic Leaders. And those words have been words that really inspire me and get me really excited to be able to empower other girls, because they're the things that I think are super essential and super important to conquering and like overcoming the challenges of teenage life and like adolescent development.
Yeah. And so I want to talk about, so resilient is the first word, right? And I don't even know at your age if I really, had the concept of what that word meant, but it is, if you're continually getting no's, or let's say you do posts that are not getting a lot of traction, but you keep going with your voice, and if you have a vision of something, you just keep going because it's going to happen eventually, right? You're resilient.
Right.
You just keep getting up, you keep doing it. Is that kind of the message that you're getting out there?
Yeah, but also just how resilience can work into the day-to-day life of a teenager. So, say you are finding a new core group of friends that you think will support you, and you go to one person and you find out that maybe they weren't who you actually thought they were. So maybe they weren't as nice to you. I don't know. This is just an example. And so then resilience is really getting back out there and trying again and trying to find that core group of friends that will really support you. And I've just found how important it is for everyday life as it is for like your entire rest of your life. And I know like with things that we've been dealing with currently, like the pandemic and everything else that's been happening, resilience has been so important because it is really that thing that will keep you going and keep you trying over and over again and not giving up, which I think is super important.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, yeah, it can be used in so many different ways, and it is a good lesson for teenage females, but teenagers in general, to learn, because once then you become an adult, things are constantly happening, and you're getting no's when you're interviewing for jobs or whatever may happen, but you just keep getting out there. And I love the concept or the thought of like, groups of friends, and that happens frequently, I think, with teenagers, is that you're like, oh wait, maybe I don't want to trust that person, or maybe they don't have the same goals as I do, so I should hang out with the different friends. And tell me, what does the E stand for?
The E is empowered.
Empowered. Okay. And is that kind of, empowered to find your voice and to stand up for yourself and that kind of thing?
Yeah, it's really about being empowered and being like feeling that empowerment in yourself to know that you can really do whatever you want. You could really take action in whatever you're interested in. I knew that was something that when I was like starting this whole journey with It's a Girl's Life, I really wanted to find resources that were teaching teens about these things and about these struggles that I was facing in middle school and high school. And I couldn't find anything. So I decided to create it myself. And empowerment was one of those things that I really needed back then and still do, of course, some
Well,
of the
that
time
is
now.
empowerment right there.
Right.
That's the definition of it. And we talk about that on the show all the time for people, business leaders or entrepreneurs that are starting their own business. It's having the idea and not waiting for someone else to do it. It's like, hey, I'm gonna just do it myself because no one else is taking the reins, right? So that's awesome. I love it. And then authentic was the next word, I believe, the A.
Yes, so authenticity has become one of my like most favorite words in the past year or so when I've been going on like a big personal growth and like development journey myself. And I just realized how important it is to just be yourself and to go out in the world and be you because no one else is you. And also like, so that's kind of a superpower in itself,
Yeah.
but also the freedom that it gives you to just be yourself and act the way that makes you is really important just because there's so many things and I think so many messages that get out there that towards teens that is like, well, maybe you should act a different way or maybe you should force yourself to just like wear a certain thing, I don't know, just to fit in, but really all of that is just not worth it. And I think that finding who you are and projecting that out to the world is like really empowering and really like freeing for a teenager and like for the rest of your life.
Yeah. Now, so do you have classes or groups or meetups, or what do you do with It's a Girl's Life?
Okay, so in the past, and like what we're going to be doing in the future, is we have been having these events. So we've had 3 in the past already, and 2 of them are in person in my hometown, Cleveland. And then the last one is actually virtual because of the pandemic. But now, since that we are a 501c3, we are going to be doing national events coming up in this spring, which I'm super, super excited about. And it has been such an amazing process, but we're also since we're a nonprofit, we're looking to grow our platform into different areas. So have been starting a podcast, which is co-hosted by myself and a teen life coach, which has been really fun to bring she has the certification, but I have the experience. And so we could talk about it together.
That's amazing. I want you to come to San Diego or tap in my daughters. I want to connect you guys. That's so amazing. I appreciate you so much coming on the show and talking to us. Now tell us where we can find It's a Girl's Life on Instagram.
Yeah, so you can find It's a Girl's Life on Instagram at It's a Girl's Life org, so ORG. And you can also, from there, tap the link in our bio and learn more about our mission and ways to connect with us.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. You are so amazing at what you're doing, so keep doing it. And everyone at home, stick around for more America Trends. We're going to be right back right after this little break.